Morning though, man. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a great trading day. I'm super excited. All right, before we get started, it is 8:30 now. Okay. I have the events up right. Again, botjock.com. If you're not signed up, you go in for free. And you get these events right here. So, if you scroll down, let's just find where we are Wednesday and just kind of see what we got going on, right? So we have a couple three heads in here, right? Most of these already played out through the night. So what do we have on the US, right? We have crude oil inventories. So we can expect a little volatility around 10:30. So a lot of times, the market makers typically like to push things a certain direction, um, kind of pricing in news, and then how the news drops, can reverse that or continue that. So just keep an eye on that. If you don't know how to read the chart, when it comes in red, it's bad. Green, it's good. Um, it's all right here, right in front of you guys. So this is the U.S. session here. The news that we have. So obviously, the early morning is going to be most of the volatility. So. You can kind of flip through. I'm not going to do it on these calls, but we have the news, right, CoinDesk and stuff that you can click through here and you can kind of see, is there anything that's going to be super impactful to the market? It's great to flip through those. So, um, it's nice to just kind of have an idea of what the news is before you look at the actual charts and how that's playing out. So let's get into the charts. So I'm going to start off on the SPY today. So y'all know I typically do the SPX when I start this off. But I wanted to kind of show you, I put a TikTok out on this too, a play that I'm in right now, which is going to be just amazing. So yesterday, if we zoom in here, the market opened up here. We instantly went into puts right off of this read. So if you see, we had a trend line. I mean, it hit this trend line perfectly. If you've been following me, this thing's been there for a bit. But it hit this trend line perfectly. We had a nice, reversal candle with the bearish confirmation. We rode this put down. And then we ended up coming through. We took a couple scalps through here. This is where we made this right here was $680 trade just in that movement. And then we took a couple scalps for the rest of it. But what I was following, and I was kind of talking to the guys in the room, is we were following this channel. So we had kind of like a rising wedge channel, right? Being that we're so high in this range, my anticipation was that we had the Bollinger Bands tightening up, right? They were red. Our indicators showed, that we're starting to tighten, right? Typically when you get this tighten, right, you're going to get some kind of break anyways. Plus we had the wedge pattern. We had early bearish divergence. I mean, everything lined up. So I actually took kind of a crazy contract. I took like a 20, those who trade options, like a 20 contract trade, right off of this peak, like right before market close. So man, this is now those of you guys who trade options or stocks, you guys know how this feeling is, right? Because you're just like, I would probably look to take some profit, when this opens. But, I'm just hoping that before the market opens, that we continue down. I got plenty of room. Um, but sometimes it's painful, guys, because you look at this, you get all excited, right? And then pre-market starts to do this, and you're like, no. So we'll keep an eye on it. I have faith this is going to continue to break. As far as retest, when you come down into this area, we do have a little bit of a trend here, so if you exclude this bottom here, just kind of looking at it, you can see there is a trend line about right here. So you can see we actually even broke that, right? So super, super bearish on that. Um, we broke the older band. I mean, just all kinds of bearish on here. So now that we broke this lower trend line as well, if that holds, right, I would suspect that we would retest this level around 411.17, 410, something like that. If these two levels break, we're just pretty much going back to 407, guys. But if we continue to hold, these levels, right, then we may see one more push up retest because the actual rising wedge, pretty much, if we open here, is already played out. So. That's kind of what I'm looking at in the SPY. Again, that relates into the other markets too. So, right. So, Let's talk Dixie. So Dixie again, right? So we have kind of a pullback going. Did have its pump. It broke through some of the lines that I was following. Um, if you extend this one up, you can see where it's trying to find its support, creating its, kind of higher lows in here. It's just, it's been holding this green line that we've been talking about for some time. That's causing it to push up a little bit. So I would anticipate the Dixie's probably going to range up here, possibly find some support and come up into this level here where it might bump its head, right? So we'll keep an eye on that. We do have this upper channel that we've been following as well. We can kind of extend that out too. So, um, that's kind of my read. Now, I did add one of our indicators on here that I do trade sometimes, which is the PSI index. We did get the red dot here, which is kind of slowly played out. So we'll see, how that plays out. We did get the green dot here. You can see that played out as well. So, but I will say you know, these green dots kind of help you with the trend shift. But like you can see this initial drop here, right? Didn't play out or play out a whole lot, but it wasn't until the next oscillation that it really hit, right? So we may see this one not play out real well, perfectly. It might come back up like this, and then it could play out for this to be invalidated, we'd want to see it flip to green on the very next oscillation, kind of like this, right? So, and that's a whole different kind of strategy or way that we play our PSI index. So, let's get out of that. Looking at the VIX, guys, we're still just holding that support around the 16 range. We haven't really created a higher high here. I would like to see a higher high created here for this to push north, which would drive the markets like even further south. Um, Looking at the market cap, you all know here. I mean, you got double top here right off of our trend line. This was I haven't touched these arrows, right? Key areas we talked about yesterday was this trend line here. I didn't think it was going to break. It didn't. So that played out the way I thought. I had talked about the moment we break these EMAs, we're going to get some volume. My concern, or whether to determine if I was bullish or bearish, would be in the longer term, why it would be the volume that we break this at. So you can see the volume did start to grow. We got our confirmation, and this one exploded. It came up, it retested, couldn't do it, and that's what just caused the nasty fall. So notice where we bounced. I mean, literally, I haven't moved these lines. You guys can check my video from yesterday. I mean, just literally bounced perfectly on this line. Right, came back up, bouncing around through the 1 hour, and so it's kind of hanging out. My anticipation on this, for me to continue to be full bearish, is I want to see these EMAs cross here in the death cross, and then I want to see us just kind of hang in this range for a little bit. And the reason why, guys, even though like we'd love to just fall to the floor if you're in a short, we kind of want uh, falling too fast is not any better than pumping too fast. If you're in a short and you want to just really ride these shorts, I love riding shorts because look at how long it takes to go up and look at how long it takes to go down. You make way more money shorting the market. So guys that only want to play spot or only want to play long or whatever, like I mean, you just miss out on so much money. Look at how long that it takes to come up and then it just boom and like three candles, right? We're down. So and that's gonna happen on this side too, right? So look at this is the only thing holding this up right here. For me to here's my best play today, right? Scenario one, we pump back up a little bit, right, throughout the day, and we bump our head back on this 200. We have to retest that 200 for a solid push down. Then that will give us our death cross. We come back down, right? We push back down, create a lower low, retesting this line, right, from the previous side, somewhere in this area, right, or even as low as this line. And then that would, be kind of our fall retest, fall. Then, range a little bit, fall back into this range a little bit. That would be our third fall, right? Then it would flip bullish. That down here is where I would start to say, okay, I'm gonna start taking longs. I'm gonna kill all my ATA shorts. I'm just gonna start taking longs, right? But in the meantime, we're just gonna ride a short. We are over sold temporarily on the 1 hour. Little room to go, but if you zoom out, I mean, we're about as low as actually we're lower than we've been in a while. So we are oversold with this little drop here. So just if you missed that ride down, that we talked about yesterday, you didn't enter a trade, don't, just like we talked about longs, right? Don't FOMO in. Wait for a retest, let it pull up a little bit, then re-enter it. And this is how we scalp. Although anything else is just FOMO. You're just FOMOing in, and that's how you get wrecked. And that's how, like, when you first start trading as a trader, you find that what happens is you end up um, kicking yourself because you're like, why am I always taking longs at the top and shorts at the bottom? Because you're FOMOing, you're reacting, you're not being proactive, you're not anticipating movement, you're moving with the movement, right? And so that's what usually gets you caught. So let's talk about Bitcoin. This is a pretty site right here, right? We did talk about that resistance levels, right? And that fall was going to come. If you guys looked at my video, one of the things that I talked about was we did have our pump and we needed to come back down at least halfway, which look at this, almost, let me mute the harmonic one. It's my favorite indicator, but it's a little noisy. So if you took this line from here all the way to the peak, right, the halfway point was somewhere in here, and look at that, we're gap filled. So keep that in mind. We are gap filled on the short time frame, not on the longer time frame, right? If you go to like the 1 hour, I mean, we still have a ton of room. This is just a temporary gap fill of this. So we could hit this and continue up in the channel, right? It's still very, very possible. So those of you guys in the community, you know what I'm referring to when I say this. If you're in shorts and you're deep in shorts, it's the time to start doing the ladder trading the other way to protect it, right? To earn as you have the bumpy oscillations up, right? And that way, if it falls, you get out great. And if it pumps, through these bumpy roads, you're going to make a ton of money on it anyways. So I was playing with the fib stuff yesterday. So let me get that off of there. Now again, we have this rising channel. So for me to go super bearish, like we're gonna fall to hit this 25K, we're gonna get our full gap fill. I need this channel to break. So we want this to come down. If you're in the bearish mood, you want it to come down and reject off of this line here on 28.8 or so. It has to break this level. I think we're going to end up hitting this level probably today, maybe closer to market close. Could be sooner, could be market open, right? Depending on the stocks. But I want to see it break this, retest this, and then hold on your hats, guys. We'll probably fall. I would imagine we're going to catch ourselves somewhere in here in the 27K range, because then it would just be our up over down scenario that we talked about like 2 days ago when we were up here. And so once we catch here, we'll probably do this, like we did here. And then that's where we will make that determination. Does the market see that we've got filled and we want to go up, or do we create kind of lower volume or lack of support and we go down? So every push has its downtrend. We haven't quite started that descent. For us to start that descent, I would like to see, we do have a lower low here, right? So like to see a push up, actually. It's kind of weird to say that. Like I said, to retest that. And then I want to see a lower high. So if you want to anticipate where that lower high is, we have our indicator that's already giving you a hint, right, with this. But you can take your trend line and just kind of pull it like that. So if we did get a healthy, like say we're still coming down, right? We can get a healthy bounce as high as 30,200, guys, like 30,100, and still be bearish in the longer time frame, right? So don't freak out on those, but always don't just enter a trade, plan your trades, have your trend lines, have your range, be prepared to scalp. So but you guys all know my thoughts on this for a while, which is why I've been staying short on that. So, and we talked about ETH, right? So ETH is funny because I said, the higher they rise, the harder they fall, right? And so, I mean, ETH just took just an absolute beating, and we went from 21.25 down to 19.50, right? And so, when it comes to Ethereum, from a scalping measure, you can see, I would suspect, I mean, this is my 2 minute. We'll probably at least come up and retest this, 2006 or so, depending on market open, right? We have market open in less than an hour. But I would like for a continuation down if I want to ride this train. I want to see a pump up to 2006 and then ride that train back down. If you miss this one, just be patient. Don't catch it on the downtrend because remember, downtrend channels are going to eventually break north potentially. You want to try to catch that break and then ride that thing back down, right? So we do have on the shorter time frame, some bullish divergence, popping up. We did have it here, right? Which it did have a little bit of a push up, right? But then this got trumped by many other things. The Bollinger Band, you got the sell signal that we gave. I'm pretty sure the harmonic tracker caught it. Yeah. So you got the short call right here. Actually, was a better entry. You wouldn't take this long again because we don't take longs against the red, which is why we have those. These are all rules that we create in our room that you guys can follow. So that's kind of Ethereum. Where I see Ethereum going, if we do have our rejection leg down, I mean, we can see as low as 1870. If we do reclaim any of this, I would suspect the reclaim would push it up pretty quickly. We could see as high as this previous level here, right, which was once support act as resistance. So we could see as high as back to 2050, right? Um, Before it rejects again and still be bearish. So play those oscillations, just be patient, right? And you can see we're still dropping. Let's look at the ATAs. I got about 15 minutes, so I wanna flip through those. Let's check Aave. This is exciting, guys. This is like Christmas. I didn't even look at it. I already know we're starting out good. Tell me, oh, look at this, guys. Aave caught a TP7. Let's go. Look at that. Boom. Caught the short right at the fall. Now, for those who don't know, the way the ATAs are set up, it didn't catch the reentry, but that's okay. TP 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is like our ceiling. The ATA has no choice but to close it. When the moment it hits it, you're out. It's your secure profit um, for a quick movement, for like a quick wick, right? And so, but I'll take TP7 every freaking day of the week. So, I mean, just a crazy trade. Look at this. This jumped up, like $30 just from yesterday, right? Just from these trades on this one direction. So we made almost $100 now in 6 days on Aave. So I'm very proud of Aave. For John Chaney, if you're watching this, man, I know you followed the Aave and you're in Goliath, right, on that one. So you must have just absolutely killed it. Look at this fall, like holy cow. So let's play this out, right? So we did our DCA one, we got out of that, we took some trades. You can see time frame wise. Look at this. Here's what's so cool about the ATA, guys. And those of you who don't know, automated trading assistant, it's automated. Look what time this trade was taken. 4 a.m. Guess what I was doing? I was sleeping. I wasn't. Well, it's like waking up to Christmas, right? You would have never taken that trade. I was sleeping, right? So, I mean, made money while I was sleeping. Love it. So, Aave, let's take a look. We're not in a trade right now. We did take a little short scalp on this. Now it's just kind of hanging out, right? So Aave is solid, man. I'm not. I kind of wish I was running more pairs, but we don't want to FOMO, right? So let's check the other ones. Let's check Solana. So remember, Solana hit stop loss, but we reset it. Again, Solana's gonna be in good shape. So Solana didn't catch it. It got caught and closed a little early. But actually, guys, this is still like TP right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. TP4. I'll take it. It didn't catch the big fall, but that's okay. 3 days made $24, right? I mean, it's not going to catch all of them. It's automated. Good DCA protocol. Did get out. Took some shorts, right? Took a nice, short right here, right? Didn't quite catch the reentry here, but it jumped right back in and took another short. So I am not in a short currently on Solana, so that is awesome. But I'm gonna leave that one going. The one I want to check is ETH because remember we were stuck, guys. I don't know if I made my entry yet. Let's see. If not, we were really close. Oh yeah. Oh gosh, look at this. That's so annoying. Hit my entry. The white line's my entry. Hit my entry and bounce. So we're almost out of this ETH. Remember this ETH, guys, we've been riding for a little bit because it did get caught back here because I don't ever stop ETH. So look at it's been in here for a little bit. It kind of kicked myself a little bit because I put this DCA range just a little high, right, in protecting it. This is one I probably should have forced just directly to the exchange, and we'd be out of that, right? But I mean, we're like right there. I mean, the entry's $20, $30 away. So, but I mean, like I said, we're right there, so that's awesome. I may even consider activating a couple of longs, guys, because I'm okay with writing some of this down a little more. So let's check our last one LTC here, and then let's analyze if we want to open any longs. Look at this. Tell me it caught it. Come on. Yes, yes. Look at this. LTC never lets me down. So it did close it a little bit sooner, right? But it did take a really great trade. Missed the last leg of that, and it's just been chilling sideways. Hasn't taken anything else. But this is what it did through the night. This one again was 4 a.m. So all of them caught at least a short of some form on at that level. So I know Rami, you in the room, we were talking about LTC, and you're in that short. We talked about DCAing it, and I know you're hesitant on that, but man, you probably be out right now if you got it. I hope you are out. I don't remember what your entry was, but I know you're pretty close to that. So way to hold strong on that. I'm gonna guys let's start up a LTC long. Let me think. I don't know that I want LTC long. Because here's why. So this is what we teach in the room, right? I got about 9 minutes. Let's go through this. So we are trading the range, and we're still kind of high in the this type of range, right? Um, let's see if there's a better option. We'll save and close it. Let's check Matic, because y'all remember Matic was I didn't want to run it short because when you go to the 1 hour, actually shorts would have been doing well, right? But you go to the 1 hour, um, mm, I don't know though, guys. Look at this. We have our lower highs, our higher lows. This might actually be a potential bear pennant in a higher time frame. It looks kind of funky on this one, but if I go to a higher time frame, it could be. Um, Even though we're near some support, if this breaks, it's gonna pull down to about 93. So I don't want to really run longs. I don't know though, guys. It could be cool because Matic, even if it breaks, it's got DCA protocol, right? So let's do this. Let's run Matic. So we're gonna flip Matic long. I'm gonna take Matic. This way I have the shorts that wrote it down. At least I want to try to add two pairs to go long. That way, if we do pump up, I can ride those oscillations, right? So I'm gonna just do one DCA. I'm not gonna let it go crazy. I'm gonna do the parabolic SARs, right? These are built-in strategies that we have, and I'm going to leave the take profits the same. All I have to do on my long, I'm not going to run the stop loss. I'm going to let that roll because I like Matic anyway, so I don't mind fighting my way out of that one. Um, so you just change the date, right? What's your trading session? So we just changed this to today, 419. What time is it? 8:52. 52. We leave close trade on chart. Now we always, I trade them on the 1 minute, so we're gonna reset back to the 1 minute, and now we're just looking for that yellow candle. Do, do, do. Yeah, it's still thinking. You can see whenever this is spinning, it's still thinking. So you don't, sometimes it's like, where's my yellow candle? Where is it? You gotta let it think. Look at this. Even if I ran long, guys, look at this. It closed it. Look how well it played this drop. Closed it and still waited and then caught a little scalp on the bottom. I wasn't running this, but guys, the thing that's cool about the technology that we give you is you guys can see the back test, right? You can see like if I ran that strategy, how would it have performed, right? I mean, the back test is right there for you, so which is super cool. So you can see like would it have got stuck? How was it trading? How's that strategy? And each strategy is going to tell you a little bit different. And so we do have our yellow candle here. We did start that. So now we can just start our alert. So let's go. Add alert. This is all you do. Once you've built the indicator, you just go in and add the alert. So ATA, Gambit, what is this? Matic, long. So we are back in longs on Matic, guys. So let's see how this does. I'll probably leave this maybe even through the weekend, and we'll see how that plays out. If it gets caught, at least we did have a nice little pullback, right? So we have some room in DCA protocols. And you can see, like, guys, I mean, look at how well it avoided being caught in the longs here. So it's doing its job. So I'm impressed with the code for Matic. Let's take a look at, I don't like XRP right now. I haven't really looked at it. Let's look at it. I got 6 minutes. See, I don't know, guys, because we just have so far we could fall, right? I mean, it held. Look, it bounced right on this previous support, and it's holding. So if this holds, could be a pretty sick long, right? But I don't like the fall, right? The low is like 33. I mean, that will hurt. Um, I'm gonna steer clear of XRP for right now. Let's look at you know what, guys, let's do ETH. Let's do ETH. Because we're in that short, we're really close to it. It's not out. So if I start a long and it flips to long, at least it will kind of hedge itself. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think about it doing that. Let's do ETH. So, and look at ETH didn't do too bad. It'd just be in DCA. Actually, yeah, it'd be DCA too. So ETH did get caught in this long, but that's okay. I wasn't playing that, right? So that's fine. So let's go. It's kind of not bad because my entries would be if we go up, we make money. We go down, we make money kind of situation. So I did have some changes in here, right? So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna reset the defaults. And you guys can see these are the defaults. Obviously I'm trading ETH, so I just changed it to ETH. I want to do long. I'm gonna do the parabolic stars. It's literally my favorite strategy lately, especially for altcoins. Um, I'm gonna only I'm gonna do I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna change it to 5% because I wanna give some more room on the DCAs, right? I don't want it to be too close because we still could potentially fall down into that 1800 range, right? So this will help keep my entry moving. So that's all I changed, guys. I just changed that, leave my take profit. I adjust my DCAs. I'm not gonna do stop loss because I'm in shorts anyways. And then I just close my candle out. This is where I tell it, okay, I'm ready to start my trading session, right? So 19, what is it now? 8:56. Um, and I'm at the 4. And then you just close the trade on chart. You guys see how fast I built this? It's not hard settings, guys. And we made this like literally as easy as possible. Candle close, you see that pop up, right? I'm ready to roll. That's all it took. Now I'm just gonna add alert, ATA, Gambit, ETH, long. So I still believe the gap fill is gonna play out, guys. I still believe we have some more room to come down, but I'm okay with running longs after my first fall because I have DCA protocols. DCAs are not terrible in the code that we built because it's going to give more volume. So when it places those strategic DCAs and it pumps up into the big volume, those are where your big trades come from. So don't be afraid of a little pullback. DCA is okay. As long as your TA is good, your strategy is good, right? You're following along, you're paying attention. You can make a ton of money on those DCAs. So let's just evaluate what we have. So we have Aave short, we have ETH short, we have LTC short, we have Solana short. So we have 4 shorts. I have ETH long and I have Matic long. So now I have a little combative with my shorts, right? So the beauty of that is now I'm going to earn more because on top of what my shorts are earning, if we keep going down, my longs are now jumping in to make money too. Because you make money. Think of each direction as its own ATA, own bot, right? They're playing like ETH. When I'm running ETH long and short, I get comments like, you can't do long and short on BitGet. You can on KuCoin, Coinbase. You can't. All those other exchanges, but on BitGet you can use the same pair long and short at the same time. It's amazing. That's why we use this for our technology, and so when when I set these up, you have one ATA code saying, okay, I'm only looking for longs, and you have one that says, okay, I'm only looking for shorts, and they basically just go like this, right? Because crypto, it never goes straight really for the most part. It always does this, right? So you want to capitalize on both the ups and the downs. So it's just amazing. Looks like my signal call is actually stopped out. Trade view. I'll have to reset that after. I'll do that after the call. But um, we had a lot to cover. Look at that. I made it with 1 minute to spare. I didn't look for questions. What's going on, man? What's up, David? Sorry, I was during the huddles. I don't really go a lot of Q&A, right? Because I try to keep it 30 minutes. But I appreciate you guys joining. If you guys have any questions, be sure to ask. If you're in the YouTube right now or you're on TikTok right now and you're not in the community, come into the community. You can even do it for free and you can say hi on the trading floor. You can join our Google Meet calls, the one that you see me on right here, right? And trade with my little minions with me. You can come in and trade with us, just come in and check us out. So, but in these particular, my huddle, I try to keep it 30 minutes, to respect people's time. So, what's up, Miami? I'm over here in South Carolina. Um, but I appreciate you guys' time. This the call again, if you're live on YouTube, is short. I do these every day, Monday through Friday, actually, 8:30 a.m. To 9 a.m. What's going on from India? Appreciate you joining, man. Join in, guys. If you guys are just joining in here on there, go to botjok, botjok.com. Sign up for free. You don't even need a credit card, or you can sign up for one of our packages if you like it, right? So, but I'm gonna cut off of this on YouTube. If you guys, TikTok, I'll leave you guys on for a little bit. I'm not really looking at your guys' screen, so I have to check comments. If you guys want me to see comments, you can come into the YouTube. I see those a little bit easier on these calls. I'm excited for the Academy. We literally have our last closing video we're doing today. We're going to kind of render it all. We'll have it all uploaded by tomorrow, and we're going to launch that on Friday. I think it's going to be amazing. It's going to be game changing. For those of you who've been trading in the room with me, you guys see what I'm doing right in front of the room is what we teach in the Academy. And so it's purposely we built that way. So I'm super excited. I think it's going to be game changing for you guys. Yeah, we actually, David, I trade on 1 minute, 2 minute. I love 2 minute. 2 minutes my favorite. Oh, okay. What's up, Paco? Got you, man. Cool. All right, man. I'm gonna cut this off, guys. To respect the room here, I got my Affinity window popping up on here because I'm sharing the same screen. If you're on YouTube, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off. You guys can come in, say hi into the room. Um, I appreciate that, Paco. Good deal, man. I hope your ATA has been killing it. I know you got stuck on that one, but I'm pretty sure you got out of that. So, um, you're doing great, man. I think it's gonna be awesome. You should check out the Academy. I think that could be huge for you too. But I'm gonna cut off YouTube again. Got to respect the time, and this is recording. So appreciate you guys' time. I'm gonna hang out on TikTok for a little bit.